What do you think of first when you think of Uncle Josh?
Wilderness.
Wilderness. All right. What about Kristen?
Wilderness.
What color do you think you would use to describe Josh?
Poop color green.
Okay. What about Kristen?
Pink.
Good choice. When you think about Josh, what's your favorite thing to think about him?
The weird stories he's always telling.
What's your favorite weird story that he tells?
When he moons someone.
Okay. We'll leave it at that. What's your favorite thing when you think about Kristen?
That same story.
The same story.
Yep, because they both did it.
What would be your message to Josh and Kristen on their wedding day?
Congratulations.
Ethan, what have you been doing here while you've been on vacation, waiting for Josh and Kristen's wedding?
Mostly hiking and being in the wilderness.
What have you liked most about that?
Seeing the views.
What's been your favorite view?
Probably when we were in the Rocky Mountain National Park and we were hiking up, and there's like a little cut in the trees, like a little place where there wasn't any, and then there was like a view of the mountains and like the trees underneath.
Awesome. Tell us what was fun about lunch at the Mexican place.
Gideon ate so much food that he almost threw up, but then he burped and he said he was fine.
That's right.
We went to church.
Yeah. What happened at church?
My dad sang with Uncle Luke, Uncle Josh, and a bunch of other people.
That's pretty cool, huh? What would be the message you would like to give to Josh and Kristen on their wedding day?
Congratulations.
What have you been doing for fun since you came to Colorado this week?
Hiking
What else?
and coming to this house and seeing Violet and Gideon.
What have you done with them?
Stuff
What kind of stuff?
like playing Minecraft.
Tell me about what was your favorite thing?
The one where I got to pet a chipmunk.
Oh, tell us about the chipmunk.
He was cute.
Yeah, cute. How did you manage to get to pet him?
We gave him a peanut.
So you gave the little chipmunk a piece of nut and it took it out of your hand?
It crawled on my hand and then took it. And then he was eating it, so I just pet him.
So you just petted him?
Yeah.
How long were you able to pet him?
For like a minute.
Wow, that's awesome.
And he was super furry.
Very furry? And he didn't bite you or anything? You were lucky, huh? Okay. So what kind of message would you like to give to Josh and Kristen on their wedding day?
I hope you have a good wedding.
Good job. What else?
I don't know. They'll stay married forever.
Tell us about your favorite thing about Josh.
Oh, he's weird.
How is he weird?
Because he looks at me weird.
Do you ever look at him weird?
I mostly hit him.
What?
I mostly hit him that he looks weird.
Oh, okay. What about Kristen? What's your favorite thing about Kristen?
That she's funny.
Funny. What did she say that's funny?
I don't know.
Do you have any stories that you remember, stuff that you've done with Josh and Kristen?
Go camping.
What?
Go camping.
Go camping? Tell us about one of your favorite times at camping with them. The last one? What did you do on your last camping trip? Did you roast marshmallows?
We roasted.
Oh. No. Yes, I don't know.
Yes.
All right, so what message would you like to give to Uncle Josh and almost Aunt Kristen?
Hope you have fun at your wedding.
Excellent. So, what are you most excited about for the wedding of Josh and Kristen?
To see everyone together and to dance with everyone, I guess, and be in the wedding since I'm a bridesmaid. But
All right, cool. So, what's your favorite thing that you could think of about your dad?
there's a lot. Probably how weird and crazy he is all the time, and that he likes to go camping and he likes to be out in the wilderness.
You like to be out in the wilderness too?
Yeah.
What about Kristen?
I like that she is funny and she is just a lot like us. And she's not like, she can take a joke and stuff. And that she likes the wilderness as well. She likes camping and stuff.
So what's your favorite story about Josh and Kristen together since they've been together?
My favorite story of them together or like
Yeah.
just okay. I'm trying to think of one. I think I don't know because I don't really know. I can't remember. I can think of one like of all of us together.
Well, that's fine.
When we first met and we all played Minecraft. Not Minecraft. We played Mario Kart and Kristen was like screaming at the TV and she was like, I had a banana! Yeah.
Okay. All right, well, what would you like to say to your dad as he gets married on Friday?
Don't be nervous and have fun and congratulations and I'm happy that you guys are together
What would you like to say
and
to
I love
Kristen?
you. Huh?
And what would you like to say to Kristen?
Thank you for being there for me and just being my new stepmom, and I love you.
Kayla, what's been your favorite thing to do since you've been here on vacation?
Seeing the sights.
What's been your favorite sight?
When we went to the a park and we saw there was like this lake and the mountains on top of the lake.
That was yesterday at Rocky Mountain
Yeah.
National Park? Did you take pictures there?
Yeah.
What did you take pictures of?
The lake and the mountains.
See
And
any wild animals?
not there, but when we were going there, we saw some caribou or elk.
Cool.
And I took pictures of a waterfall.
Those are cool. So what about getting time with your cousins?
What?
Your cousins, you know, Lily, Gideon, Violet. What have you done with your cousins?
Oh, I've played games with them. We played spoons in this game where we had to, like, hide and go seek tag.
Cool. So what do you think of when you think of Josh?
Funny, like, adventurous.
And what about Kristen? You just met her, right?
Yeah.
So what do you think of Kristen now that you've met her for a few days?
She seems really nice and full of fun, like funny and stuff.
So what would be the message you would like to give them on their wedding day?
That they have a good wedding and they love each other for the rest of their lives.
Everybody,
laying in bed and they were both
Keith, you know how to play?
and then they like
it's been a
not
long
talk
time. I
about
don't
yeah,
play
and then they would
with
try
Dad.
to just say
Yeah, it's been
like
a
little
while,
things
but
to each other.
so
I'll get back into it.
She's gonna like.
She's going first.
There's rest.
We're just really hungry. I'm not looking. I'm not looking at ghosts as being. They're rested now. I'm
not
looking
at
at
peace.
what makes me.
Okay, well tell us what makes you relax.
Hey, don't chill out.
I'm gonna tell you
It's
what
my
makes me
turn.
relax.
They get it back in the center.
What are you gonna do for yourself?
I'm doing it for
Don't
once, right?
let
For once,
him
do
bully
something
you.
for
This is their week, okay?
That's not fair.
That's not how you
No.
play the game.
I'll put snow in the middle. I do.
Well, first of all, I want to welcome all of you that are attending this wedding of Josh and Kristen. And I'd like to start out before we begin the ceremony in prayer. Let's go ahead and pray. Father, what a beautiful day this is. What a beautiful place this is to celebrate the union of two people, Lord, that you have called together. And I know that both for Josh and Kristen, they have prayed for this time, prayed for this day. And so we just want to honor you, Lord, and ask your blessing upon this time. And everyone said, Amen. Amen. Who gives this woman to wed this man?
Her mother and I.
Okay. Okay, let's have you. You can be seated. I actually did a wedding one time. I forgot to tell everybody to sit down. They stood the whole wedding, and they were really obedient. Okay, take a breath. Okay, really relaxed, right? Okay. There's some scriptures that I want to read to you today, and there's like 4 of them that I want you guys to think about here. The first one comes out of Genesis chapter 2. It said, the Lord God said that it is not good that man should be alone, and I'll make him a helper comparable or comparable to him. So one of the things that we know, that you better know, is that God created you for each other. This is not by accident. You didn't look at each other and go, gee, I think I'll marry a older man, or I think I'll marry a younger woman, or you're doing this because God's... Did you say that? Sorry, Lord. But you understand what I'm trying to say. Okay, then also in Genesis 2:24, it says, therefore shall a man leave his father and his mother and shall be joined to his wife, and they shall become one flesh. Proverbs 18:22, I love this. He who finds a wife finds a good thing and obtains favor from the Lord. Who can find a virtuous wife? For her worth is far above rubies. The heart of her husband safely trusts her, so he will lack no gain. She does him good and not evil all the days of her life. And that's out of Proverbs 31. Marriage is something that God has as a creation ordinance. He said that it wasn't good for you to be alone, for man to be alone. And so he's created a woman that he's brought into our lives. And how you treasure and how you both honor one another says everything about your relationship with the Lord. When people look at you, they're going to see your relationship with God, because that's what your marriage is going to represent. There's a proverb, an ancient one, that says Eve was made by God not out of Adam's head to rule over him, nor out of his feet to be trampled upon by him, but out of his side to be equal with him, under his arm to be protected, and near his heart to be beloved. Honoring each other is going to be everything. Respecting each other. All the different things that go along with treasuring something that is extremely, extremely valuable. And you both are valuable to each other. God doesn't make mistakes on this. I'd like you to face one another. You can actually hold hands, it's okay. You're almost married here. Josh, will you have Kristen to be your lawfully wedded wife, to live together after God's ordinance in the estate of holy matrimony? Will you love her and honor her, forsaking all others, and keeping her only unto yourself as long as you both shall live?
I will.
Kristen, will you have Josh to be your lawfully wedded husband, to live together after God's ordinance in the estate of holy matrimony? Will you love him and honor him, forsaking all others, keeping him only unto yourself as long as you both shall live?
I will.
Josh, I want you to repeat after me. I, Josh, take you, Kristen,
I, Josh, take you, Kristen,
to be my lawfully wedded wife. Okay. To have and to hold
to have and to hold
from this day forward,
from this day forward,
for better or worse,
for better or for worse,
for richer or poor,
for richer or for poor,
in sickness and in health,
in sickness,
to love and cherish
love and charity,
till death do us part.
till death do us part.
Kristen, repeat after me. I, Kristen, take you, Josh, to be my lawfully wedded husband,
I, Kristen, take you, Josh, to be my lawfully wedded husband,
to have and to hold
to have and to hold
from this day forward,
from this day forward,
for better or worse,
for better or worse,
richer or poor,
richer or poorer,
sickness and in health,
sickness and in health,
to love and cherish
to love and cherish
till death do us part.
till death do us part.
Okay, would you turn towards me? Let me say something, and I know you did something a little different as far as the wedding rings are concerned. But you have a, can I share?
Yeah.
Okay. You have a tattoo on your finger. See, what's really good about this is you'll never lose your rings. Ever. But let me tell you something about this, is in the Jewish culture, there used to be coins or something of value that was given to the bride for the marriage ceremony. And there's a parable that the Lord speaks of in the gospel about the fact that this woman loses her coin and she sweeps the house. She searches frantically for it. What she's lost is she's lost part of the headdress, a coin off the headdress, the wedding headdress. And so you can understand why she's searching frantically. And when she finds it, she calls her neighbors together. She rejoices over this. But the other thing I found fascinating is how did we get the ring to be on our left hand on the third finger? So the people believed that there was a vein that ran from this finger all the way to the heart. And they were going to wear the ring, this thing that is of no beginning, no end, closest to their heart. So from this point on, not only when you look at it do you understand the commitment you have, the responsibility you have, the honor that you have, but others will as well. And you really want to protect this. This is a very, again, God does things in our lives, major things in our lives. And these are things that we do not look lightly on. This is a really awesome time. So what we're going to do at this point in time is we're going to take communion. So Matt's going to do a song, and I will just ask you to excuse us for a moment. Psalm 20 says, "May the Lord answer you in the day of trouble. May the God of Jacob defend you. May he send you help from his sanctuaries and strengthen you out of Zion. May he remember all your offerings and accept your burnt sacrifice. May he grant you according to your heart's desire and fulfill all your purpose. All of us will rejoice in your salvation, and in the name of our God, we will set up our banners, and may the Lord fulfill all your prayers." Those who God has joined together, let no man put asunder. Inasmuch as Josh and Kristen have given and received their vows of love and faithfulness to each other, and have consented to live in the estate of holy matrimony before God and before all of you, by the power invested in me, by God, and by the state of Colorado, I can now pronounce you as husband and wife, and you may kiss your bride. you for the first time, Joshua and Kristen knew it.
Everybody sort of just laugh and interact a little bit.
Oh, we're good at this.
Interacting. How about that one
Come
time
on,
with
guys.
the thing, huh? Remember that one time with the, what's the name? Oh, my God. How about that, right? Oh, ridiculous, huh? So check it out. Wants to do the prom pose?
You know, like everybody right here. Step arms around each other.
Now we can do the prom pose.
Maybe put one in here. Maybe take your hands down now, Josh.
Yeah, I got up and was like,
Maybe everybody look at
slap that kid out for the ceremony.
This one feels good. Can we blow in his ear?
everybody right here.
That's all it is. Yeah, I was looking at that. They just have different casps. No, it comes back to this.
Here's how this works. Squish it. Just real close. Squish real close. All right. Oh, that's my butt. Sorry, Kristen. What's happening? What is happening back there?
Well, I
saw it.
I got the stem of my bouquet in the back of my dress back there, and the dress was off. Nobody wants to see that.
2 years after Matt was born, we had a baby girl on our 5th anniversary. So today is Kristen's birthday. So you need to help me here. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Kristen. Happy birthday to you. So a very special day. And so when Kristen was a little girl, I came home from work and she would come running down the driveway, jump up in my arms and tell me how beautiful my tie was and the colors matched my eyes and all this. Are you guys born with this? Or did your mother teach you this or what? So she had me wrapped around my little finger, my little finger. But the other thing she did, she liked to play in the creek behind our house in her PJs and rain boots. And she was out catching tadpoles. She'd bring them up on the deck. And then, of course, I had to take it back because one day they sat out there and they kind of died. So, but she would climb the trees in our backyard, and she's very competitive. She learned to swim when she was a little baby and swam all through high school and college. Some of her high school friends, teammates are here, as you know. They came from all over, so I appreciate you guys for coming. I know Kristen does. She was very strong, and she is very competitive. You know, we love her to death. Once she graduated from college, she moved to Colorado, and so we couldn't understand. You know, we had a difficult time with why she wanted to go to Colorado. She couldn't clear out here away from family. it didn't really dawn on me. So we have a bit of emotions. We're asking God to help us, get through this time. It didn't occur to me until yesterday. We were coming up to the mansion for the practice, and we're getting in the car, and I thought, I forgot something. I got to go back in and get something. I couldn't remember when I got in there. Then I couldn't remember what it was. And I'm standing in the foyer, and I was looking around, and there was a plaque on the wall. And that plaque said, "The mountains are calling, and I must go." And so I looked at that, and I said, okay, then I knew that it was God's plan for her to come here, meet Josh, and be his partner in life. It has been amazing to see Kristen grow and change to become the beautiful woman she's become. I'm sure that they have a great life together. How blessed she has to have a partner like Josh that brings out the best of her. We welcome Josh and Lily into our family and look forward to getting to know them better. We pray God will bless their lives in this union and be as strong as this structure is that we're meeting in here today. Kristen and Josh, it's all in the side trips in marriage that make a great ride. Okay. Kristen, you're the sunshine of my life. You and Josh, we love you both very much. So, on this special day, a lot of things going on, this special, very special day, let's raise our glasses and toast to Josh and Kristen.
So we may have caused a little trouble here and there. Less than 2 years apart, so there may have been a little fighting here and there, but one thing that we really had a lot of fun with, we used to imagine worlds and create places where we were the best at everything, and we were cowboys and Indians, and we were always the hero. We had a lot of fun doing that, and if we weren't doing that, we were jumping off things, climbing things, breaking things. Mom, you know about that. But we're boys, that's what you're supposed to do, I love Josh so much, I love hanging out with him. And he performed the worm a lot when he was younger. You guys remember the worm? No, I don't. Josh, can you show us? I was going to say he might do it for you. He performed it at church in front of everybody one day. Dad used to jump off of cliffs and bridges and all kinds of high places. And for some reason, Josh really took to it. And when he couldn't jump off of stuff, high things like cliffs, he would jump out the window. Jump right out in front of our house. Yes, he did. When that wasn't high enough, he jumped off the roof. So, yeah, just to give you a little idea of who we're dealing with over here. You guys obviously know he's an artist. He's a brilliant artist, and we spent so much time as kids. Art was like everything. He drew, and he's very good at it, as you guys know. And fast forward today, and he's just an amazing artist, and even does it for a living. And he's awesome. And he also plays guitar, as you know. I will take all the credit for that. I taught him everything he knows. Yeah. I don't know if you guys know this. He's also some sort of model. I didn't know this, but until I walked into my local Walmart, and I go to the camping section, I see there's my brother on the box. I can't take credit for that one, but we are a pretty good-looking bunch, though, right? But all seriousness, just like everybody, we have to kind of find our way in life, and we have to make choices, sometimes we get good ones and bad ones, but as you can see, he made a good choice. He's making a lot of good ones these days. And from what I've seen, you know, I've only met Kristen for a week, but she seems like a great girl. Very smart. And although I heard she has some giant feet. Is that true? So maybe I was misinformed. I don't know. But I just thought that's why she was so good at swimming, because she had flippers. Anyway, good luck with that, Josh. So anyway, but again, seriously, you know, he's back leading worship at church, and he's living his life with the Lord, and I just can see both of them. They want to live their lives for God and give the glory to Him and serve Him in everything that they do. And that would be my toast, is that, you know, God is going to bless your marriage.
Someone that you can call when all your space is on. It feels like you can go home. Let it be. And when this dirty world has been called to, I got too strong always to hold you. And when those mean days come along, we'll stand together and we'll take them on. Yes, if you need me, call my name. Somehow stop.